Well, hello, FKA Twigs fans. It is Ken Lawson, Renaissance Man, and I am back with her to finally get to 2 weeks. Sorry I haven't been back in a while with her. Just a whole lot of other ones to do, and I try to get to hers, at least a couple a month, hopefully, sometimes more, because I just think she is so creative and talented and beautiful and the entire package, and how much I love dance and great songwriting and straightforward lyrics at times, and then other times a little more metaphorical. But I really like her as an artist. So even if I don't get as many views, I still come back because she's just worth it. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this fairly quickly. A lot of people had asked for this, and then I went and I was like, wow, this has had a lot of views, the video. So wish I had heard about her when all of this was coming out, but I hadn't. So, or who knows, maybe this is fairly recent and I just don't know it. We'll see. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this and see how it goes. And of course, I love the look of her videos. Ooh, wow.
I know it hurts. You know I'd quench that thirst. I can just say you're lonely.
Ooh. Love the split vocals there.
I say you think about it, 'cause you're the only one who resonates. That chase mouth open like
Okay, for one, wonderful pause. For another thing, the slow build, or not build, but just the deliberate slowness of this and building up, really, really cool. I love the way the mix is wonderful. I checked ahead of time to see if she produced this one, and she did not. It was 2 other people. But wow. The lyrics so far are usual, straightforward. Well, not usual, but very straightforward. Not beating around the bush, basically saying, hey, you're with someone else, but I'm right here, and I am more than happy to satiate those desires that you may not be getting fulfilled in your relationship. And I want to hear that line again that she did. I'd quench that. And it's funny when she says lonely, and you'll think about it. Basically saying, that I'm here if you want it. And now you're going to be thinking about it while you're with her. So she's not beating around the bush. And then I also noticed this: you're the only one who resonates that chase. And I'm not, resonates is an interesting word choice there, but I think what she's saying is that she's not being chased. He's the only one that's making this, that he doesn't get what he achieves, because she is more than open to it. Beautiful, beautiful coloring and everything on this, and costuming so far. So let's go back here, because I love the way that came in with the God, this is gorgeous. The lighting and everything, my goodness. Everything with her just looks like a painting. And I wanted to
say you think about it, 'cause you're
the phrasing coming up here is so cool.
One who resonates. That chase mouth open like
Oh, I like that inhale, like a little bit of ecstasy. Let me turn off these captions because they're not doing anything for me other than distracting me and probably you. Ooh, I love the gold on the palm.
I know it hurts.
Okay, I want to read what that verse was saying because I think I know what it was saying, but I want to read it to know for sure. Because as you all know, when it comes to FKA Twigs, everything about her videos fascinates me. Lyrically, they're so interesting in her writing style, but her movements, the subtlety of movement with her when she needs it to be, and you'll notice the great dancers on all the different shows and things that you watch, when they know how to use every finger on their hand, not just their hand coming up. It's like every finger, if it's a roll, it's they pay attention to right down to the fingertips, and she is such a master at that. Okay, so so we got higher than a motherfucker, dreaming of you as my lover. So this sounds to me, she's basically saying, you know what? I think she's singing it from both sides. She's saying higher than a motherfucker. I think that she's literally talking about being stoned. But I think she's looking at it that he is this way too. That when she says dreaming of you as my lover, I think she's thinking that while she's doing that of him, he's also doing that of her, even though he's in a relationship. Flying like a streamer, thinking of new ways to do each other. And so of course, I don't mince my words that much, but in looking at some of the lyrics here, it's very straightforward. She's talking about sex. And flying like a streamer could mean a couple of different things. What came to mind was cum shot. So maybe that while he's thinking of her, he's taking care of himself. But it could also just be the explosion of that she's looking at it like a streamer flying out that you shoot off at like New Year's and things like that, of that it'll be an explosive celebration when he finally comes around and gets with her, because that's what she has to offer. Pull out the incisor, give me 2 weeks, you won't recognize her. Mouth open, you're high. Okay, so once again, pull out the inside. So she's basically just saying, give me 2 weeks without her in the picture, or even if she's in the picture, give me 2 weeks and you won't think about her anymore because I am mind-blowing. And I am sure that he is very tempted. FKA Twigs, why wouldn't you be? But it's interesting, this mouth open, you're high just keeps coming up, and we'll talk about that more after we go a little further. Okay, and back that up some. But I just love the painterly look of everything she does.
I know it hurts. You know I'd put you first.
I'd put you first.
I can fucking say I want me. I say
what you mean, FKA Twigs.
Unless you're the only.
Ooh, pretty note.
Instigates, get your mouth open, your heart.
Ooh, little chill right then. The way this is slow panning out. Look at the arm movement and the fingers. Sorry, but man, her everything about this is perfection. The dancers that she chose that are very similar to her in body type and movement, I think lends to the overall feel. And the lyrics right there. I mean, if you doubted whether she was saying that it was just straight up sex, I know it hurts. You know, I'd put you first. I can fuck you better than her. There you go. And the other thing, higher than a motherfucker dreaming of you as my lover. You know, the mouth open, you're high has a couple different connotations it could have, because it could be, you know, when you're stoned, you just kind of, you know, mouth open, you're high could just be that state. But it could also be that she's, once again, leaning into the sexuality of it, and mouth open could be having your mouth open with purpose. Let's just put it that way. And that's on the table if he wants it. And I mean, each, you know, that for both of them. But thinking of new ways to do each other. And that's the thing, when you're anticipating sex with somebody that you're really turned on by, that's what you do. You just keep thinking of all the possibilities. So, feel your body closing, I can rip it open. Whew. She has a way with words. Because that line right there, feel your body closing, I can rip it open. It just feels like he's becoming repressed and closed off in the relationship he's in. And that if he gets with her, she's going to open up all those boundaries and allow everything. So let's get on with this. Man, I'm only halfway through. Boy, just totally enamored with this.
The gates, get your mouth open, your heart. Higher than a motherfucker dreaming of is my lover. Flying like a screamer from the only west to your harbor. Pull up deep inside, so give me 2 weeks, you won't recognize love.
Oh, love the wideness of that with the vocals. Woo! Oh. Watch the movement on the girls back here. The little hip sway movement, in time with the music. It's really subtle and nicely done. Very fit dancers back there, by the way. This pause shows that. And of course her, I mean, look at those arms and shoulders. She is insanely fit. And I thought it was interesting that she's in, wait a minute. Look at this on this pause right here. Her the dancer's arm is in front of her leg. I'm gonna have to pay attention to see how that works. Oh, you know what it could be is, as we get out, we're going to see that she is very large here, that she's goddess-like, and that these are people dancing around her in worship of her. Because that's the only reason that arm could be in front, because I know they wouldn't make a green screen mistake. But it's interesting that she's wearing pants. Didn't expect that. I thought it would be something more traditional, Aztec-looky, Egyptian-looking. But really nifty. Okay, I'm going to read ahead on the lyrics here real quick. You don't have to stay with me, but here we go. So this whole section of Suck Me Up, I'm Healing for the Shit, you know, this whole verse just basically sounds like, you know, kneel in front of me, the legs are opening, go to town. In unambiguous terms. It's not, you know. And then I think it's basically saying the smoke on your skin to get those pretty eyes rolling. Basically, take a few hits on a joint, get yourself nice and high, and let's do this thing. And then we got here, let me see where we are in the song. But wow, this is so cool. Yeah, the girls are in front of her, so she's huge. Neat that she's just a giant goddess-like figure. Oh, cool. Okay, now that part of the video, I mean, come on. Sexy as hell, though. And very unambiguous yet again, because that could be going either way. What a beautiful setting. Okay, that girl... I love this slow pan out though, that's really cool. God, these dancers' movements are so cool. And notice too, and this is video thing, getting the reflection down here. You know, flipping the image down, making it semi-transparent, and adding enough ripple to it, it looks like, to, you know, give the reflection quality. Because actually, and this is one of those things that is so hard to achieve, when you're doing a reflection in water on video, flipping it down is not actually how the reflection would appear all the time in still water. Sometimes it would be, you know, shorter, longer, but it's so hard to do. But honestly, most people aren't even going to notice that. Like this girl right here in front, I think she may be the same girl on both sides, just flipped, but we'll see. I want to read the next line. I'll quench your thirst, just chase the high and stop your doubting. Basically, shit or get off the pot, because tired of waiting. Let's do this thing. Really like this. The feel of it is just really cool. All right, but there's so much to look at and take in here. And the music, by the way, I wish I'm going to make more comments early on about the music, because it was hard to pay attention to everything at once between the sexy, you know, straightforward lyrics and the video, which is pretty straightforward as well. I appreciate that from her, because when you're a gorgeous, sexy woman and you're not afraid of it, it's a very alluring thing. Wow, look how they've got this girl against her here. No, I guess she's in front of her. Yeah, just in front of her. the feeling of it and the floating from being high. Beautiful image as usual. Boy, I really didn't notice. I'm going to have to see if this is the same dancer for all the different parts, because they sure do look similar. But I like that they're dancing slightly different styles. There's a little bit of crumping there and all of that. And it could be that all of these are her. I need to look at it closer to see, but we'll see. All right. Okay, let me go ahead and stop it there. As you can tell, I thought this was cool as crap. You know what this looks like now, seeing it like this? There's an artist I used to love. It was Boris Vallejo. And he used to do a lot of cover art for books and things like that, and a lot of paintings. This looks like a Boris Vallejo painting. I mean, the quality of light, just the overall feel of the whole thing feels like one of his paintings. He was followed up by Julie Bell, who did the same kind of thing. But that's really interesting. I didn't catch it until just now on this pause, but this really does look like one of his works. So anyway, that's it. We'll see what all I missed, and it's in the little written parts at the bottom. Hopefully you're watching it in English, because it doesn't translate those written comments, but still trying to figure out a way to make that work. For now, I'll see you guys in the next video. I think it's going to be Pendulum. I think that's the name of it. And I will see you next time. Have a great day, great night, great life. Bye.